You know what I find messed up from this fucking video is the mother. The mother, and I assume that's the mother because she's holding the little girl. The little girl is freaked out. You can tell that as soon as she sees there's something in her that knows that there's something wrong with that old man. They basically say throughout the article that fitness is related to white supremacists. So, you know, I made a video about this yesterday too, and I'm like, okay, so you know what? Let's assume that you're correct. Let's assume that as a white guy that's muscular, I'm a racist. I don't like black people, by the way. I never realized until now you were black, so that might be our last episode together. The education system's been going down the hill since 2000s, right? Maybe even the 90s. We've allowed crazy people to run it, basically.
It actually went downhill when Bush put in the "Don't leave a child behind." That's when it really got jacked up. Like, you can't be passing dumb kids.
This is the Nico Lagan Show. Warning. This show contains explicit content. Listener discretion is advised. Real, raw, and shooting you straight. This is the Nico Lagan Show. And now your host, Nico.
Welcome to another episode of the Nico Lagan Show. I am your host, Nico Lagan, and today we are trying something different. Different as in we have Mr. Speak Up himself with us today. I'm going to cool it down because Mr. Speak Up is going to tone it up. What's going on, brother?
I'm going to speak up, man.
So, Tarek Higgins, for the people that don't know, he's my new co-host. We're going to be recording a shit ton of stuff together from now on. And let's get started right away. You sent me a clip this morning. Do you have it handy? Do you have it close? The clip you sent me about
Biden or Jill Scott?
No. About your perverted president. Hold on, I think I got it right here.
Yeah, sure.
Man, it is okay for the people out there. I did a quick video on it this morning because I was like, what the fuck is going on? There is no fucking way in hell this is okay. Like, this is not okay. This is definitely not okay. And the fact that it's the president of the United States is just, I don't know if it makes it worse, but the fact that he is basically encouraged to do so is absolutely ludicrous. Hold on here. All I'm finding are people that are talking about it, but I downloaded it this morning because I could not believe it. So let me share this with you guys, and you guys tell me what you think, because this is absolutely messed up. So we got the president of the United States that believes that it's a good idea to do this.
Poor child. Get him molested right in front of his mother.
and you know what's the most fucked up about all of this is I've seen this behavior before from him. Like, this type of behavior is not new. It's something that he does all the time. And you know what? I'm to a point where I'm not even surprised. I saw that you sent me this morning, and I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, I knew that guy's a pedophile. Let's call a spade a spade. Every time he's around children, he always acts this way. It's really fucked up. But you know what I find messed up from this video is the mother. And I assume that's the mother because she's holding the little girl. The little girl is freaked out. You can tell that as soon as she sees there's something in her that knows that there's something wrong with that old man. And she just cowers. She's just like, hey, what the fuck? But the mother's like, ha, 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 ha. Oh, look, let's capture this beautiful moment with this pedophile right here. Like, what the fuck is going on with people here?
Yes. Something is wrong with the mother for letting that pedo sniff and nibble and whatever else he was trying to do to that little girl. That is disgusting.
You know, as a parent, what would you do in that situation? Like, let's say that you were going to see the president and you're in the front row. You're all happy because you're in the front row, obviously. And you're holding your like 5-year-old child and your 5-year-old daughter in your hands and he does that, like what the do you do?
First of all, you're not getting that close to my child in the first place. So you're already violating. What the hell are you doing?
Yep. But I'm
My
surprised he
child is
didn't get
screaming.
punched. Like, how did he not get punched by this? Like the people around him are laughing or smiling, like they're like, ha 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 ha, ha, it's okay. They make, they made it sound, they made it look like, your weird aunt. We all have that weird aunt in our family. At Christmas, she wants kisses on the cheeks because she
Right.
gets no attention nowhere else. So give me some sugar. She wants you to give her some. You know exactly what the fuck I'm saying.
Yes, and it's
But-
disgusting.
Yeah, it's disgusting, and it's coming from a family member, and that family member is not trying to. There's in her head, she just wants affection.
Right.
Like, it's a family member wanting affection from another family member. Arguably, this is fucked up, and I would. It's weird, but you have a total random stranger that's the president of the United States acting like this. This is what blows my mind, and it's time after time and time again. There's videos. There's probably 50 videos of him doing this type of shit everywhere online.
He has a long history of being a pervert. Long history. Even with his own damn daughter.
That's also really fucked up. That is also so fucked up. But what baffles me is everything's political nowadays, right? Everything is political.
Right.
I'm somewhere in the middle, probably on the right side of middle is where I find myself. I'm more a conservative than I am a liberal, but I'm not a real conservative. I have conservative values that are attached to common sense. They're not attached to political views. I just believe that common sense should be common. It says it right in there. So, if you forget that part and you just say, oh, you know what? He's just a weirdo. No, you cannot support a guy like that just because you voted for him. Just because you don't like Republicans, that doesn't make it okay to vote, to endorse a guy like that. You cannot endorse this type of behavior saying that, you know what? It's not a big deal. It's just because I'm a Democrat, I voted for him. He's still my president. Yeah, no, it does not make it okay.
I haven't claimed him yet.
Well, most people don't. I
haven't claimed him yet. Matter of fact, look what I'm drinking. Hold on.
Nice.
Yes, my favorite cup.
Yeah, I can see that. But if Donald Trump did something like that, that would be the end of the world. Like, that would be the end. He would be castricized everywhere in all media. It would not be acceptable, like zero acceptable for Donald Trump to do something like that, or Ron DeSantis to do something like that. But because it is Joe Sleepy pervert Biden, it's okay because he's from the left.
Yeah, he's one of them, man. He gets a pass.
but
the protected class, he want to protect it.
But this is where, this is exactly where my problem lies. Is I don't affiliate with Democrats, nor do I affiliate with Republicans. I affiliate with common sense. I've heard, right now you look at what's her name, Williamson. She's a writer. She's going as a Democrat, but her ideas are not Democrats. Her ideas are not from the left. She's very middle. She sounds to me more like a libertarian, which is why I find myself. And you look at a guy like Kennedy. He's also showing himself as a Democrat, but he ain't a Democrat.
No.
But he's not a Republican either.
No, but he has conservative views. Right.
Well, this is another thing. What the fuck is considered conservative views now? Because look at what it is. I was reading an article yesterday. So MSNBC is saying that a guy that works out is a sign of white supremacy.
Mm-hmm.
No, but think about it. Like fitness, as per MSNBC, right here. Pow! Look at this. This I have to show you. I have to show our listeners because this is absolutely ludicrous. That and even Joe Rogan and Elon Musk are like, okay, what the is going on with your people here? Like, come on now. Hold on, present, share screen. Like, look at this. So MSNBC, the far right's obsession with fitness is going digital. Opinions, why the far right is really into home fitness. White supremacists' latest scheme to valorize violence and hyper masculinity has gone viral. You guys should find the article online and read this piece of garbage, but this is absolutely ludicrous. They basically say throughout the article that fitness is related to white supremacy. So, I made a video about this yesterday too, and I'm like, okay, so you know what? Let's assume that you're correct. Let's assume that as a white guy that's muscular, I'm a racist. I don't like black people, by the way. I never realized until now you were black, so that might be our last episode together. But it's ludicrous. But imagine this: if white people, if white supremacists, if fitness is about white supremacy, does that mean that the left is happy with being fat and lazy? See,
yeah,
this is that what we're basing it on? So if we don't like, if I represent the left, I'm gonna play devil's advocate and I say I am the left. That means that I you know what? I don't like fitness. I like to be lazy. I like to play video games and masturbate into oblivion. If you like fitness, that means that you are far right. This is where we're at right now. So yes, you know what? I would argue that most people that are into fitness have more conservative views because they take personal responsibility seriously. It takes you to first understand that if you're fat, it's your fault. And if you want to change the way you feel in your mind, take control over your body. That's the first step, is to take over your body. By becoming in shape, you're giving your mind a chance to operate the way it can operate, and that you need to stop treating your body like garbage. You know what? In that sense, I agree. But when you say that when you say that people that are involved in fitness are far right, that means that everything has gone so far left that everything to the right of left is far right.
Right.
But this is the world we live in. This is exactly the world we live in. So we have a perverted president that sniffs little kids, that nibbles. I don't know what the that was. But you have a president that does that. You have MSNBC that's telling me that I'm a racist because I like to keep my body in shape. Then you have the Netherlands that crowns their first trans woman as their Miss Universe representative. Exactly.
You can't make it up, man.
But and this
crap is spreading all over the world, man. It's spreading. This shit's worse than COVID.
But this is how this is how it all started. Like this. So you look back at the Me Too movement, which all this bullshit started with. And this is where we're at right now because people are so scared nowadays I highly believe that most people are so scared to say something about this that they just don't, and they go with it because they're too scared of the ramification of saying, no, this is not okay. This is wrong, and we need to stop encouraging this. Like, did you see what she Did you see what that guy looks like compared to the runner-up?
I saw it.
Look at this.
I saw it, but I didn't see the.
Look at this. Look at this.
He or I'm calling it it.
No, he's a he. He's a dude in a dress. That noise. He's a dude in a dress. And I will say this right now. In no way, shape, or form am I saying that you shouldn't be allowed to dress the way you want, because at the end of the day, you're fucking free. You can do whatever the fuck you want with your body. If you want to dress up like that, all good. That's your fucking prerogative. But don't fucking tell me I need to accept the fact that you're a woman, because you're not. You're not a woman. Nope. You can call yourself a panda. Guess what? The pandas are not going to accept you as a panda. Right? But look at the runner-up. Look at the runner-up.
She pee standing up, so that's the man.
100. It ain't a long. It ain't. He doesn't have a long clitoris. But man, look. The Netherlands, the Dutch women are recognized to be absolutely stunning. Like the Dutch, the women are tall. They're super pretty. Look at the runner-up. Like that's the runner-up, and we got a guy that looks like a fucking rat that won the Miss Netherlands.
Netherlands. Yeah.
In December, I think it's in December in South America, they're gonna have the Miss Universe pageant, and we got a dude that is gonna be on. Well, there he won, so he is representing the Netherlands at that at the Miss Universe contest. You know what baffles me is that women are not outraged by this. Like, this blows my mind that women are not losing their shit on this.
They're encouraging this nonsense.
Because it's empowering. But you know what this shows to me is that being a woman has been reduced to wearing a dress. Women are the only people on this planet after God that can give life. Every single woman, every single man, every single woman out there was put on this earth by a woman. They have one that they're the only creature. No man can do that. No man is capable of bearing life.
Nope. And
we are reducing what it is to be a woman to how someone feels. So it's absolutely ludicrous when you consider it that we live in a world where women find that acceptable. Like, I've had that conversation with my girlfriend many, many times, and to her, it's infuriating. Being a woman is more than just wearing clothes.
Right. I don't see no man walking around here having periods.
No. But we are, we've been indoctrinating our youth, telling them that they could be whatever they wanted, to be whatever they wanted, as in they can change their sex now, change their gender. But we're not reminding them that being a woman is special. You have a power that no other human being that have the population of us cannot do. This is a power that they have that no man has.
Right.
But they're so scared of the ramification of standing up. Like a Riley Gaines. You know who Riley Gaines is, right?
I've heard the name.
It's the NCAA champion in swimming. That
okay, right.
There's a dude that entered Leah Thomas. There's a dude that entered swimming competition in the NCAA. Right. He was ranked as a guy when he was swimming with dudes. It was like in the top. He wasn't even top 100 in the country.
Right.
As a woman, he wins against the best swimmer out there, which is Riley Gaines. He made her look stupid, basically, on how fast he finished, and he's not even one of the best in the world.
Right.
But we're accepting that men can be women, women can be men, that we're the same thing nowadays, when by allowing this to happen, we stop the polarization of sexes. Men and women are supposed to be different. They're supposed to be almost on two polar opposites. And this is what attracts us. This is why we end up in relationship with each other, because to a certain extent, we complement each other. We don't complete each other, but we complement each other.
Right.
So I'm outraged that I'm outraged that women are not outraged by this.
I don't know. All I can say is, I guess if a woman wears jeans and Timberlands and tank tops, or they're considered men.
How many women did you grow up with that were tomboys?
In my family, none. But I saw my very first one in school.
But what I'm saying is that there's a bunch of women out there that when they were kids, they were tomboys. I know a bunch of them. You know what happened to them? Every single one of them that I knew, they became extremely feminine women. It was a phase that they had to go through. And then, surprisingly enough, they didn't grow a dick. It's interesting how but the same thing is true with boys. Like, instead of telling your boys right now to say, you know what, you have a bunch of new hormones that you've never felt in your body before, you're gonna you're gonna feel weird, it's gonna feel different, it's totally normal. We've all been through this, because again, you're being flooded by hormones that you've never felt before. Instead of telling them that it's okay, that, you know what, you're gonna go through it, it's fine, we all have to, it's totally normal. We tell them, but you know what, maybe those are feelings that tells you that you should be a woman, so you should take those hormones blocker, you should do considerable damage to your body, and maybe, you know what, if you believe it strong enough, maybe you should turn your dick into a vagina.
Right. It's crazy. And parents are allowing it. Parents are thinking it's okay. Like, did you want to turn yourself into a he, she, or a she, he? No, that never came to my mind as a child. Now, I wanted to be like Superman, and but never to ever think I was like a girl. No, never.
But this is what's going back to the video of Joe Biden sniffing, nibbling at that little kid. The reaction that the mother had is exactly the same type of reaction that parents have when their kid says that, you know what, I feel different. Like, I'm 12, I feel different. Like, what the hell's going on?
The same, yep.
But they just accept it for what it is, instead of questioning, to just say, well, hey, little Timmy, maybe you should understand that there is new hormones in your body, and it is totally normal what you're going through right now. But they don't question it anymore. Like, people just go with it and accept that it's the way it is. But it's absolutely ludicrous. It is not the way it is. It is not normal.
It's normal.
Like, gender and body dysmorphia are a medical condition. They're mental health issues that needs to be treated, not encouraged.
Right.
Like, if you look at the definition in the dictionary 10 years ago, it was a medical condition. To me, it's the same thing as saying, I will go get diet advice from an anorexic person. No, but this is absolutely
right.
You have somebody with a mental disorder that needs to be treated. There's something very wrong with somebody that's affected by anorexia.
Right.
Are they the people? Do we put those people in charge to say, you should be responsible for telling us what we should eat? No, of course not. We understand that they have mental health issues that needs to be addressed. Those are serious conditions. But yet you have people that are all trans people out there are affected by gender/body dysmorphia. Every single one of them. But not only do we encourage them, we allow them to convince us to change the laws to have gender. What the fuck are we teaching that to our kids for in school?
I don't know, brother. I can't. Only thing I say is, man, I try to keep my kids informed and away from people.
How do you do that?
Well, for one, my son is homeschooled.
Is he really?
Oh yeah, he's been homeschooled for about 5 years now.
Oh,
Yeah.
we need to do a full episode. We're gonna have to do a full episode on this
Oh
because
yeah,
this
I
is
know.
my kids will.
Once I knew teachers was teaching about CRT, critical race theory, and all that, he came out of school. I was like, oh.
Eh, y- have you ever been called an Uncle Tom for believing the things that you believe in
Oh Lord, I've been called worse than that.
by other black people or by white people or by both?
All the above.
All the above, really.
Yes.
So what were you told when you actually, because I don't have kids yet, but we're working on it, and I would never, both Josie and I agree that our kids are not going through the education system. No, there's no
I would
fucking.
tell anybody right now, if you can, homeschool your children. They are teaching your kids all kind of crazy, like LGBTQ history. What the hell is that? What is LGBTQ history? I didn't even know they had a history.
It's called fantasy. It's called science fiction.
Once the things world started changing, the school system started changing, and so they started, like I said, CRT, LGBTQ history, all kind of woke. It's a mess, man. It's a mess.
Did you see the video with there was a woman that complained, she wanted to know what they were teaching her kids, and they told her to request for, I'm looking for the video right now because I did a short reel on it. I just can't find the video, but it's the video of a woman that basically she was saying that she wanted to know what her kids were being taught in public school, and she was told to put in some requests. How do you call the request where something is almost secret? It's you put in a public something request in order to get information so that the school board would tell you, would allow you to know what you are teaching. And she did, and then it turned around, and they during an actual school meeting, they debated if they should sue her for actually putting that request in the first place, when they were the one that told her that if she wanted to know the information that she was asking for, she needed to put in that request. But this is the world that we live in now. This is somehow acceptable that, hold on here, I have that, there you go.
Now you know what, I can understand that, because you know what I'm saying, if you put your children into harm's way, into the public,
Yep.
I mean, you're handing them over to them. It's like, take them, teach them whatever. So yeah, I get it. If they want to keep it a secret, hey, that.
Can you tell me?
It's not like you're paying them to teach certain, criteria in the school.
No, but listen to this. Can you hear the sound of this? Oh, hold on.
I wanted to know what my kindergartner would be learning in school. I asked to see the curriculum, and my school told me I had to submit a public records request. The curriculum wasn't posted online, and it wasn't available in a school district. Then I asked them if they were teaching gender theory, and they told me that they don't call children boys and girls, and they embed the values of gender identity into every classroom, including kindergarten, and they didn't want to answer any of my questions further. And when I did submit the public records request that they told me to submit, my school board then held a public school board meeting to discuss suing me for submitting the request that they told me to submit.
Thank you for having courage. The
That's
story
great.
you've told.
That's ludicrous.
How insane is this? But this is what we're fighting right now. Like, let's call a spade a spade. This is what, as men that are more traditional in their values, and as women that are more traditional in their values, that is what we're fighting right now. Mm-hmm. We are fighting a society that is feminizing men by any way possible. And not only are they feminizing men, they are making it look like being a woman is nothing.
Yeah, they're trying to force us into female roles and females in the male roles. So it's a mess. But like I said, man, you put your children in the public school system, You open up, they can teach them whenever they want to teach them. I mean,
and they won't even tell you about it. As you can
no,
see there,
it's none of your business.
they refuse to answer why or what they were teaching, but
And you
they
know what's even
agreed
bad? You know what's even worse?
was that
Even the private schools are doing it.
there's I'm one of the reasons I'm working my ass off right now is so that when I do have children, they never have to do the education system.
There
They're
you
going to
go.
learn from their mother and myself probably 50-70% of what they need to know, and the rest I will have tutors that will follow us around to
Mm,
teach them.
there you go.
They will be taught real life, not fantasy life.
There you go. There you go. Yeah.
Is that why
I
you're
would-
doing it? Is that why you're doing it? Is that why your son's not in your son's whole school?
Well, for one, I was like, it seemed like the kids aren't learning nothing in school these days, man. I mean, they stopped giving homework. They stopped doing tests because kids can't pass tests. Kids aren't capable of doing homework. I was like, dude, where's your book bag? Oh, we ain't got nothing to, huh? No homework, no school books, no nothing. What you learn? Nothing. I said, you ain't learned nothing. And guess what? I found out he wasn't learning nothing. When he was in public school, he was learning nothing. Nothing. So I said, oh no. I can't have to go through life not knowing nothing. So I took him out, man. He's taking off, man. Homeschool is the best thing I've done for my child, man. The best. One of the
So
best things I've done.
So how does it work now? Are you still following the school's curriculum?
Yeah, man. We get textbooks and stuff, textbooks, and the curriculum and stuff, mailed to us and stuff, and we just teach them at the home, man. And they seem like it's just for one of the problems is in public school is this: there's too many children in one classroom.
Oh yeah. No shit,
Way too many children in one classroom, and then the teachers can't even tell kids to be quiet. They're on their phones. They're doing TikTok videos. It's a mess. That's why teachers are quitting because they can't take control of the classroom.
There was you know what? This is very cool to be doing this on this platform now. Allows me to share so many videos.
Oh
And
yeah,
I can get, we're gonna do segments where I think I'm gonna show you some videos, and or just for your reaction, just to see how you take it.
Oh,
Just I think this is something we should do.
Crazy, man.
I think you should do the same thing. You should find an outrageous video and just not tell me about it and just show it to me and see how the fuck I react to it. But hold on. There's something I wanted to show you right here. Like this is one that blows my fucking mind. And it's exactly what we're talking about right now, about how about the school system. Look at this.
Big advocate for school choice.
Do you specify like what do you mean
So
by that?
that's where parents can apply the money that they pay to taxes. They get vouchers and they can put that into any school that they want.
Sometimes with school choice, it gets a little bit tricky, right? My first class had the first day I had 25 students. By day 2, I had 19 because 6 parents switched out of the class because they saw me and they were like, there's no freaking way before I even got a word in. Do I think that it is okay for a parent to see me and go, not around my kid? No, I don't think that's okay. I feel like that's really crossing the line because you are discriminating against me openly. That's like seeing a black teacher and being like, there's no way. It is the same.
It's
Not
still
quite.
the right of the parent to make that decision as to whether or not they want their child to learn from you.
Okay.
Like, it's still that parent's right. Like, you can disagree with their motivations, their motives, their ideas,
Would you
but
say
it
that
is still their child.
Right.
And you know how, and these are the type of teachers that are still there.
Of
You're saying
course.
that you have some teachers that can't stay because they realize that they have no power anymore. They're not capable of doing anything. But now you have teachers like him that wears
You
makeup,
got
that
drag
dress,
queens as teachers.
and but this is what's interesting is that it was first a black girl talking to a black guy, and then another black guy came in, which I love that there's no white people on that panel because we can't call racism on this one, mother.
Right.
But what's hilarious is that you have the first woman that says I should be able to put my money, my tax money, in whatever school system that I want. And you know what? I agree with you 1,000%. I agree with her 1,000%.
Yeah, but they don't. You just talking out the side of your neck. You're not putting no tax dollars in another community, another.
No.
No.
But what I'm saying is that she should be able to.
Oh, you should be able to, but you're not.
No, you're not. But go even. You know what? Let's agree that that's the case.
Okay.
The second you have a guy dressed as a woman, if my kid was in public school and that was their teacher, I would have said, "Fuck you, I'm out. My kid is not getting sorry, not sorry. I'm out." And yes, I will judge you exactly on the type of behavior that you're displaying. It has nothing to do with the color of your skin, but how you're portraying yourself, in the same way as how many liberal parents would look at me as a teacher and say, you know what, not in my lifetime. They would not want me to teach their kids. And you know what? I fully understand. Because yes, the way I look represents a lot of my values. So you know what? I say what you will, we all judge people. We once we see people for the first time, bing, automatically you have an idea in your head. Is it right? Is it wrong?
You don't even gotta say nothing.
No, but you know what? Is it right? Is it wrong? Who knows? That's human behavior. We all judge people. Now, you see how automatically, if they don't like the way he looks, automatically it's because he's black. He plays the black card right away. Just to say, oh no, the fact that you're wearing makeup as a dude and dressing as a girl, let's not say that this is the problem. Let's automatically, you know what? No, it's because I'm black. So I'm happy that.
Look, brother,
what do you think about this shit?
As long as you do it good enough that I can't tell, then okay. Like, I should know you're trans. I should be like, oh, that's a woman. But then you tell me later on, like, no, I'm not. I'm a man. I'm like, oh shit, you did a good job.
But is
that me good? Don't have me thinking like, oh no, that's a damn man.
But is that what you want raising your children?
Hell to no.
This is my point, because again, it goes back to what I was saying earlier. People with body dysmorphia and gender dysmorphia have a medical condition that needs to be addressed and not encouraged. So now, not only are we not addressing the problem, we're giving them power to teach kids like how they feel is normal. It is not. It is not okay to feel like that. This is a medical condition, and let's start seeing it. You know, we just need to stop encouraging them. We need to start again. We need to go back to a time where we agreed that it was a medical condition, and we got to remove the power that they have from teaching kids, because you're telling me that person is not going to talk about that in class, when you have the video I showed prior to that saying that they don't even call boys boys and girls girls anymore, and they talk about gender in every single class. What the fuck does that have to do with school?
I don't know, man. And you know, we talk about all the time mental health. So okay, what qualifies? What's mental health then? What? Who do we get to say who's suffering mental health when we don't want to call everybody, mental health problems? Everybody. Look, put it like this. I personally think all of us have some kind of mental health problem. Some of us suffer more from it, but some just got a serious mental health problem. But those that got a serious problem, we don't act like it exists. Like, no, that's not a mental health problem. Yes, it is. Like, for instance, if I was in the military, do you think I want one that protected me in the military? Hell to the no. You don't even know if you're a man or woman.
Man, again, great subject once again, man. We're on the video fire today. Hold on. Look at this. That's another one right there. I love it. This one, I'm getting a lot of comments on this one. People are outraged by this, but this to me is just, again, this is a teacher. This is a professor. So that means he's in college or university. Like
Okay.
this again. This is
What is a woman?
Why do you ask that question?
I just really like to know.
What do you think the answer to that question is?
And that's why I came to a college professor.
What other kinds of answers have you gotten?
A lot of like this, where you're not answering, and I've gotten a lot of that. So
I think it's interesting that you say that some of the people you've interviewed have been reluctant to answer it, and I think that has a lot to do with the questions that preceded it, and the way that you've conducted yourself in the interview.
how have I conducted myself?
How do you think you've conducted yourself?
You just really don't want to answer the question. Do you?
I came today very willing and enthusiastic about answering questions about women's and gender sexuality studies.
The first answer you should be able to provide is what exactly is a woman.
Well, for me, it's actually a really simple answer, and that's a person who identifies as a woman.
There ain't no damn definition.
but look at that. But look at his body language. Arms crossed, leg
feminine.
crossed. No, it's not even that. In psychology, as soon as you start doing this, you're closing your mind to what the other person is saying. So
Yeah, but I feel a lot of feminine energy from him too.
Well, that's an understatement right there. That is a major understatement. But this is a professor. This is a professor in college. He's capable about teaching kids whatever I don't know what the he's responsible for teaching, but
Simple
he can't
question.
even name what a woman is.
Woman is right. Simple. They're scared to answer the simple questions, man. What's a man? What do you think a man is?
Hi, right here,
What's
brother.
a woman? What do you think a woman is?
I would have never thought in a million years, like if you told me 10 years ago that I would be spending most of my days talking about this, I would have never believed you. I wouldn't have believed you. This would have been no, there's no way. But yet, this is the point that we're at right now.
Yep. So now we got to deal with what's a man and what's a woman.
Yeah, Matt. You know, Matt. I don't know if you saw the Matt Walsh documentary. That's what it came from. What's a woman? That's what it came from. Like, I watched the documentary and I didn't learn anything from it except that people are really that crazy. That's all I've learned.
Oh yeah,
but
people lost it.
It's worse than we thought.
And you know what's funny? We might have had this problem a long time. It's just now public because now we got social media.
The education system's been going down the hill since 2000s, right? Maybe even the 90s. Like we've allowed crazy people to run it, basically.
It actually went downhill when Bush put in the "Don't leave a child behind." That's when it really got jacked up. Like, you can't be passing dumb kids.
Well,
if the kid's dumb, it's just dumb.
Have you ever seen the movie Idiocracy?
No,
You should watch it. It's available online, like super easy to find. Basically, it's a movie about, let's say we're in 2020, two people get frozen. Like it's an experiment. They want to test the technology that they're using to freeze people, and something happens and they forget about them. So they're frozen for like 200 or 300 years, and then they wake up. Something happens, the building where they are gets destroyed, and they get released, and the pods open.
Oh wow!
Turns out that they're like 200-300 years in the future, and the story's based on the man. He's become the smartest guy on the planet because over the past 200-300 years, people have been increasingly becoming dumber and dumber and dumber and dumber and dumber. So he's the smartest man on the planet when he was a lazy in our time. Like he was nowhere close to being smart in our time, but now he's extremely smart. And this is where I see it. If we don't do something, this is exactly, if you look at Idiocracy, to me is more as it's almost a documentary for me. Like I look at this and I'm like, you know, the George Orwell 1984 that was written in 1948. You read that today. I think that if George Orwell was still alive today and he saw the world that we live in now, his book is not crazy enough. Like it almost seems like people in power have used 1984 as a guideline to take to see how they can control us. And this is I wonder how a guy like George Orwell would actually look at our society today.
Yeah.
I agree, brother.
It's look, it's not too many of us speaking the truth, man. It's very few of us that's doing it.
But you know, man, we're gonna leave it at this. We're gonna finish right there because I think that's the perfect segue. So thank you for the listeners, and know that Tarek is gonna come back. We're gonna record a ton of stuff together. And as he says, the whole point is to expose what's actually going on. I have no shame, and Tarek has no shame in calling how it is, no matter how, even if other people are scared of doing it, we're not. So one thing I can guarantee you is that these types of conversation are going to continue. They're going to probably get a lot worse. So
yeah,
your hat, Tarek, is really, really firmly put down because this is just a beginning. But I appreciate you being on the show today, and I'm looking forward to recording another one, brother.
Hey, appreciate having me, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
As you know, social media doesn't like opinions like mine. This is why I created my own platform where all of my uncensored podcasts can be found. For $4.99 a month, you get access to all my exclusive content, my private Facebook group, and much, much more. So make sure to go to nicolagan.com and register today.